So Nokia CEO, you guys remember those things? The Nokias, those brick phones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like a deadly weapon.
Oh man, the
original.
CEO basically, I guess either stepped down or the company is
Kind of defunct.
restructuring or defunct. And he said something interesting. He's like, "We didn't do anything wrong, but somehow we lost." Do you guys agree or disagree? Did you?
I disagree completely.
Yeah.
That they did anything wrong or that they lost?
Well, because they didn't do anything. I mean, that's the whole point. Like he didn't like be proactive. It was a great product they had. They had a phone that was like everybody had it, and it's just same as BlackBerry. Smartphones started becoming big and popular, and they didn't want to migrate to that kind of device. So it's like, are you gonna go over there? Like, look at Blockbuster Video as an example. Netflix came to Blockbuster and said, "You got a great idea."
Yeah.
And they said, "Get out of here. We're Blockbuster Video." And,
Rest in peace, Blockbuster.
and
There's only one location still around.
I think so.
Yeah.
But just for novelty.
one.
I don't think they have you rent anything.
No.
You want to walk around and they're all like empty cases. They're like, "Oh man."
Well, like, I mean, who even has a DVD player anymore?
That's the funny thing. My dad asked me the other day, "Can you get me one?" I was like, "I don't know."
Where?
But yeah, I digress. So I don't know.
Maybe a Blu-ray, right?
Yeah.
Even a Blu-ray nowadays.
Yeah.
I
I agree. They were stubborn.
Yeah.
They were stubborn.
And isn't that your point?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. They were just that they were so powerful at the time, and they didn't know how to catch up. They didn't want to get their R&D developed. They didn't have anything. They were just like, we're just keep selling the bricks, and they were selling great. And they were indestructible. I think you could throw it in water. You could throw it from the top of the floor, and you could drop it and pick it up and use it. It's amazing.
I had a friend who ran one over with a tractor.
Yeah.
He picked it right back up out of the mud.
Well, I don't know if this is
stories.
true or not. I saw something where basically like someone they found they went through their storage. They found like a 25-year-old or at least 10 plus year old Nokia phone, and then he basically, it was still on.
Oh wow.
I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. Like
I saw one,
I believe it.
True story. They were trying to get it. I don't know, something broke or something. And they used the Nokia phone and broke the window. And they got it. Oh, it's the best thing ever. And it was dead. They don't even use it as a phone anymore.
Yeah.
But just like, it's like a...
So what you're saying, Kurt, people aren't into just indestructible. That was one of the features when you're looking for a phone?
I think that's what it became.
Yeah.
It became just like a...
So basically their motto is basically indestructible, and they never really innovated.
Exactly,
Unfortunately.
right?
Yeah.
And
You ever own one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're probably too young.
No,
yeah.
I remember
I had a
them being
hand-me-down. I did have one.
Okay.
See?
I did.
I remember them being like big, but I was never old enough to have one. No. But I think it just points to a difference where, he says, we didn't do anything wrong. Well, maybe you didn't do anything morally wrong, right? But you didn't do the right thing from a business
I
standpoint.
know, like, hey,
You have these phones and you, like you said, you develop into iPhones and you have these things where people don't want to, press the number 2 key 3 times to get to the letter C, right?
Yeah.
And now with all the technology, you have better screens, you have OtterBoxes where your phone is pretty strong in itself.
Yeah.
You got 5 different forms of communication between social media and texting and all this.
Did they even try to get into the smartphone space?
They did,
right?
But it was too late.
Symbian OS.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And actually, I think if I recall correctly, I think they had a smarter OS before Apple and Android.
They were using a BlackBerry thing, their OS or something.
Something like that. I remember they had something where hey, maybe I should buy that phone, had a bigger screen. I don't know if it was monochrome or whatever it was, but it was something that was kind of cool, but they just kind of... One other thing I learned is if you can't beat them, join them, right? So they could have
want to join.
Yeah, they could have jumped into the Android space like Motorola did. What are all the other phones that were pretty big?
BlackBerry started going into cybersecurity and
they were doing well for it.
Yeah.
But they also basically if this was a podcast from say 2010 or 2008, we'd be on our BlackBerries and Nokias.
Golden age.
Now they're both gone, and they both were basically at the top of the hill, like Blockbuster 2.
Yeah.
They were sitting there and never innovating. They never they basically chose to exploit than explore.
Yeah.
And basically now we're talking about their
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in
Rest-
peace.
Well, yeah, and to that same point, I think there was a story about like BlackBerry being like, well, no one wants a touchscreen keyboard.
Yep, that's what
right?
they said.
Everyone wants a touchscreen keyboard.
Like,
And now
who's
you
Steve
missed the
Jobs?
boat,
Like,
right?
oh, he doesn't
Yeah,
know what he's
exactly.
talking about. Like, and
Right.
there you go.
Yeah.
And you get something like Nokia where it's like the advantage is the strength, and then for them to develop, they have to go into the touchscreen.
Well,
phone.
think about
It's
it.
like,
You had
Well, you lose
you had
what you
other
had.
phones from that era. You had the Motorola's, I believe.
Yeah, the Motorola
Razr.
Razr.
They're still
Razr.
around.
Razr.
They're still
Yeah.
around.
Yep.
They went to Android.
Yeah.
What else was around at the time?
Well,
still
Samsung
did
had
it,
the,
yeah.
Siemens had
Samsung.
phones.
Samsung had a phone.
Yeah, Samsung
Samsung
obviously
still-
they
Yeah.
continued to develop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But there was a few others.
There were some players in there. I remember.
Ericsson, no, not really.
Oh,
Sony.
yeah, Ericsson. had one.
Yeah, but I'm saying right now,
Oh,
like,
no,
of those that era,
Yeah.
there's still a few that basically chose to kind of join the herd rather
Yeah.
than just to kind of like
Yeah.
be stubborn when
I
stuck
think
in their
Huawei's
ways.
still kicking around.
Huawei
Yeah.
is still
Yeah,
kicking
that's
around.
right.
Were
Yeah.
they from that era? From the
They had a totally different version, I think. It was,
Yeah.
before they
interesting.
got they had
Interesting.
in Canada.
Wasn't it called something else?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember the name.
Yeah, I think it would be a little under 10 years ago. I had friends with Huawei phones.
But that was
Wow.
smartphones, though.
Yeah.
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 I thought what like
Yeah.
Nokia was in
You're
that like
talking about,
that
yeah.
pre-smartphone
yeah,
era.
Original
right?
brick.
Yeah.
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 All right.